I think it's fairly obvious that Marcus Rashford's Man United career has been, in the decline for a good while. I think if you look at his stats, they've not been anywhere near where they should be since he had that kind of 3 month run after the World Cup in 22, 23, where he ended the season with 30 goals in all competitions. But last season was poor. This season has been poor. The issues off the pitch as well, where the trip to Belfast, which saw him miss the game at Newport. He was dropped by Ten Hag for a game at Wolves nearly 2 years ago now for sleeping in. So off the pitch, Marcus hasn't been behaving or acting like the professional that he should be, and it's reflected on the pitch with his performances. He's nosedived in terms of his career and his impact on the team. But I think the interview that he gave to Henry Winter on Tuesday was, from a journalistic point of view, it's a brilliant interview. It's revealing. Marcus Rashford has said a lot of things that we've been waiting for him to clarify. But I just think, considering the way that Ruben Amorim dealt with the situation on Sunday after dropping Marcus Rashford, he was crystal clear why he'd been left at the team, but he also left it clear that there was a path back into the team. He said, new week, new life, and it was opening the door for him to play at Tottenham and maybe prove a point. But I think, the interview that he gave, it could have gone two ways. It could have either been very conciliatory and said, I'm going to get my head down. Ruben Amorim is the future at Man United. I'm really impressed by what he's got to do. I want to stick around. Or it could do what he did and basically, it's like pulling the pin out of a hand grenade. He's basically said he wants to leave. He wants to go, and that's made it fairly clear. I think it's going to be untenable really to keep him at the club beyond January. I think he clearly doesn't want to be there. He wants to be away, but I think he's going to be surprised or shocked by the lack of options he'll have available to him, because I've been speaking to people about Marcus for a while now. Where would he go? And there's a real belief that there's no interest in Europe. There's no money in Europe. There's no, apart from Real Madrid, who could afford him, that they're absolutely stacked with attacking talent who are the world's best. Mbappe, Vini Jr., Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham. There's no way he's going to fit in there, and so they wouldn't even be interested. And then Barcelona don't have any money. They don't have the interest either. He's not going to be an Atletico Madrid player, considering how he works and how much Diego Simeone wants his players to work. So you're basically looking at Saudi Arabia, and that might appeal. He's 27 now. His England career is on hold, if not over. And he might think that a couple of years in Saudi Arabia earn incredible amounts of money, probably double what he's earning at Man United. The Saudi clubs would afford to be able to pay a fee as well, which would help United out in terms of getting people in. So Saudi could be the perfect option, but I'm not quite sure Marcus Rashford at 27 wants to be going to Saudi Arabia, lifestyle-wise, football-wise. So I don't think there's a perfect solution here, but I think when he sits down and looks at his options available, I think PSG is a non-starter. They've gone a different route now. They're looking for younger players. They've gone away from the superstar, expensive superstar category, and Marcus is no superstar anymore. He's 27. So it's going to be tricky to get a club for him unless there's an interest in Saudi Arabia. We don't know yet. A lot of the Saudi Pro League clubs they've got their 8 foreign players already in place, and the bigger clubs that he would be interested in going to have all got their allocation full, although that could change. They could obviously move people out. So, I think Marcus Rashford likely to leave in January. I think Saudi Arabia is the most likely option. I don't see him going anywhere else, but you never know. There might be a surprise. There might be a Bundesliga club that might take a Jadon Sancho-style loan. But again, I don't see it. So it's going to be an interesting month ahead.